Hey, what's up, guys? Let me get everything set up here and then we'll get started on the live. Let me know if you can hear me. Let me know if you can see me, all that good stuff so that we can get this going. I'm going to get set up here using my daughter's phone for the rest of the stuff. Yeah, we can hear me. What's up, Stacks? How you doing, bud? So today I have a bunch of new fragrances that I picked up that I'm going to be reviewing, or kind of giving you an idea of what the reviews are going to be like this week. What's up, Josh? How you doing, bud? And then we have a giveaway. Again, obviously every Sunday I do a giveaway. And then I have a bunch of different fragrances. I've had this before, but I'm going to let you guys know what I get from Loam Idiol Cologne. We got the new Rochas Aromatic Touch. We have Boss Bottled Intense. One that I'm surprised I never picked up before, but it was $6, and Mont Blanc Individual. The guy who sold me Boss Bottled Intense, there was a crack in it, and because I had a crack in it, he sent me Metal Wave by All Saints, as well as Leather Skies by All Saints for free, just as a sorry. And then we have Lattafa's Assad. Yes, it was $6 in the clearance section of Marshall's, and it's a 50 mil. You can get it for about $22, I believe, for the 100 mil, but it looks like the 100 mil, but they're just a lot thinner. I actually kind of like that, and I wish more brands would do that. Make their 50 mils the same size, just thinner, because then it makes it look better in the collection. But yeah, what's up, T-Frag? How you doing, bud? If you guys don't know, T-Frag is the one that sends me a lot of the things that I'm reviewing. This week, I'm reviewing Mancera's. I'm reviewing 2 different fragrance reviewers' fragrances that I was sent. Making Sense, his On Average Joe, if you guys know who he is. He made a fragrance with Making Sense called On Average Patch, as well as Coastal Carolina Parfums Peach Tea, or Southern Peach Tea. I'm reviewing those this week. And then I'm also going to be reviewing, what's the other one that he sent me that I'm reviewing this week? I honestly can't remember. If I remember, I'll let you guys know. But there's a bunch going on. But yeah, that's T-Frag, so thanks everybody. So again, this week, I'm going to have a bunch of different reviews coming out. One is going to be, what's up, Obed, of Lattafa Assad. And to let you guys know, I already did my review, obviously. The Mancera's, Mike, that I'm going to be reviewing are the ones that I liked. And they are, let me just think. So there's Red Tobacco, there's Aqua Wood, there's Lemon Lime, Sicily, and Instant Crush, and one other one. I can't remember what it is. But those are the ones that I'll be reviewing all in the same video. Oh, the ones that I forgot that T-Frag sent me. If you guys know Gent Sense, you probably know him. He's a fragrance reviewer, obviously, one of the most popular ones. T-Frag sent me his entire line of Galleria Parfums, and so I'm going to be doing a review of that, as well as during my live next week. I'll be going in detail about all of the different fragrances that he has, and I'm going to tell you that Galleria Parfums is not very good, but let's just put it at that. There are a few in there that I like, but there's none that I can say I loved. And the ones that I did love don't last that long. The Mancera's, that you'll just wait for the video. There's too many questions, and then people are going to know pretty much what the video is going to be about. As far as the giveaway, you have to be here during my live whenever I decide to announce what the giveaway is and when it is. I do it every Sunday. I can't tell you when it is, and I can't tell you how to enter. It's different every week. And that keeps people from staying away from my channel if they are just here for the giveaway. But with that said, Lattafa Assad, again, I did my videos for this already. It'll be out sometime this week. It's a Sauvage Elixir clone, and I wasn't expecting much. The only thing that I heard was from you guys. You guys told me to pick it up, and the last time that I went to pick it up, it was sold out. I bought this for $22 or $25 on Fragrance Buy, and the bottle looks like it would be nice. And whenever you get it, I thought it was going to be cheap because of the price. But this bottle is actually really, really nice. Yes, it's plastic, but it's like a really hard plastic. And anyway, so it's one of my favorite bottles in my collection as far as the way it looks. It's like really nice. And as far as the smell of it, I wore it yesterday just as a test. And that was the first time that I wore it. And I can say, in comparison to Sauvage Elixir, it is very close to Sauvage Elixir. So if you're trying to save the money, or instead of Sauvage Elixir, which is 2 milliliters, I believe, this is 4 milliliters, and you're going to get double the amount for 1/8 of the cost. And it smells so similar that I don't think that you actually need to pick up Sauvage Elixir if you're going for that. But stay tuned for my video later this week, and I'll tell you more about that. The next one I wanted to talk about, Boss Bottled Intense. There's a lot of people that want to pick this up because it is discontinued, especially if you're newer to the fragrance world and you want to pick this up just because you heard it's the best Boss Bottled, and the original Boss is obviously really good. And a lot of the random people out there, not the fragrance community, but like the mass population, do like Boss Bottled because it smells really nice. It can be worn all year round. It has that fresh apple pie smell. This one, from what I heard from people over the last couple years, and I never picked it up because as soon as I heard about it, I was really not into Boss at that point in time, that huge. And so I never really decided to go into it. But then I started hearing all these rave reviews about how it's the best Boss in the line, all of that, and that it was like a warm apple pie. It was deep, it was dark, it lasts forever. I have to say, this is probably the most excited I've been about buying a fragrance in a while. I got this for $53 because it was an auction on eBay, and I just got lucky. But with that said, it smells like just a little bit deeper of a Boss Bottled. So it smells great, don't get me wrong. It just, with all of the reviews that I've heard of this, I'm surprised that this legit smells very, 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 very similar to the original Boss Bottled. Yes, it does last a decent amount of time longer, probably about 2 or 3 hours longer than the original. It doesn't project much heavier than the original. It just projects longer. But Boss Bottled Intense itself, to me, I love it, and I will wear through the entire bottle, don't get me wrong. But as far as if you ever try to get a fragrance and you're so excited about it because you heard so many good things and then you pick it up and it just wasn't what you were expecting, that's what I got with Boss Bottled Intense, because I got it in. And while it is probably the best Boss Bottled out there, that's not saying that much because the Boss Bottled line in general is nothing crazy or out the door. There are a lot of good fragrances in the line, but I was actually kind of let down with Boss Bottled Intense because it is really good. It's just so similar to the original that it's just, to me, it was not what I was expecting. I was expecting to have something closer to like Parfums de Marly Ojan or Angel Share or something like that, where it was more of a deeper, darker, warmer apple pie. And you kind of just get that fresh apple pie just a little bit deeper that you get from the original Boss Bottled, which really doesn't have that apple pie feeling. It's more of an apple feeling. So anyway, Boss Bottled Intense, while it is really good, I don't think it is worth the price that it's going on eBay, which is usually around $130. So it is really nice. And if you are really looking forward to picking up, just make sure you do your research. If you're looking for something that is just a little bit longer lasting of a regular Boss Bottled, that's pretty much what this is, just a bit deeper. But with that said, let me get back to this. What's up, Cam? What's up, Cole? What's up, Bravi? Let's see what they said. Yeah, if I do mention in the video which ones I don't like, Mike. So that's kind of like, that's why I would give it away. I honestly didn't even want to say the Manceras I'd be mentioning, because a lot of people don't watch niche videos in the first place. And so if I'm telling the people that are going to be watching the video, they're probably not going to want to watch the video in the first place. But yeah, it is. That's why I did that little unboxing thing. Um, but like where I did that little transition because I love the bottle. Whoa. What's up, Phil? Or Red Pill, sorry. I'm actually enjoying that Assad. I think there's room in the collection to own it, and Dior Elixir. See, that's the difference, is that would you pick up Assad knowing it's a Dior Sauvage Elixir clone and then compare it to what, like, I have a 10 milliliter decant of Sauvage Elixir. Well, it was a 20 milliliter decant. It is now a 10 milliliter decant. And would I pick up Sauvage Elixir down the road now that I've smelled the two side by side? Probably not, because it is that close. And honestly, Sauvage Elixir, if any of you guys know, I was talking about somebody with this the other day. Sauvage Elixir, when it was first released, it was fully powerful. It lasted a long time. And ever since they released it, every time that I go to the store, like every couple months, and I smell it, it seems, and I put it on myself or I get a decant of it or something, it seems like it's just a little bit less powerful. I'm not sure if they reformulated it. Normally I don't talk about reformulations, but Sauvage Elixir, it seems like there's been something, they've been tampering with it. And the Latafa Assad is the original version of the Sauvage Elixir. It lasts like 8 to 10 hours easy. So with that said, would I put both of them in my collection? I would, because I'm a collector, but for a normal person, I would say no. If you want to save the money, just go with Assad. That's just my opinion. Normally, I don't promote clones that much, but this one is surprisingly good. Just picked up Wila Parfum, Born in Rome, ADG Absolute, and Blue Day Chanel. So let me know what, those are all really good. I'll let you know which ones I just picked up again. Aromatic Touch. I restocked my Loam Idiol Cologne. I got Latafa Assad. I have Stronger With You Oud. That'll be here within the next week. Scandal Le Parfum. That one, I don't know. It was also a Joma shop that I picked up, and so that might be here in a month or might be here in 2 days. I have no idea. I went on eBay, and I think I'm getting Coach Open Road. The guy is kind of iffy. He has these 3 Coach Open Road 5 milliliter decants, and he doesn't even know if they're 5 milliliter, and so I'm not sure if I'm going to buy them off him. But that's a new release by Coach. Other than that, what else do I have? I have the entire Jeremy fragrance line that I bought. Jeremy finally gave me a code. He texted me the other day and gave me my own personal 70% off code. So I bought all of his fragrances, and I'm probably going to sell 1 or 2 of them just to make my money back. But I have a couple other fragrances I purchased. I can't think of what they are, though. I think that might be it. But yeah. And then I have a couple other ones that I was talking with another subscriber that I'm going to be picking up next month. But anyway, the next one is Rochas Aromatic Touch. Let me go through the comments so I can catch up on them. Oh, anyway, cool. If you picked up YSL Y Le Parfum, you need to try the new Ralph Lauren, the Ralphs Club, because it smells very, very similar to the YSL Le Parfum. Sorry, I was reading somebody's comment that was on the screen. So the YSL Le Parfum has very similar, or the Ralphs Club Parfum is very similar to YSL Y Parfum, especially in the dry down. So if you like the Y Parfum, you should try Ralphs Club. Even though it doesn't last as long or project as much, you should definitely try that out because they are very similar. It does have that Ralphs Club DNA, but anyway, let me finish up. What's up, Cam? How you doing, bud? I can't believe you got those shipped from Spain. That was nuts. Cool, you're rich. What's up, Brian? Good luck with Joma Shop. Yeah, I know. Me and T-Frag were talking about that the other day. That Joma Shop, he had 2 orders, and both of them were canceled. And so, yeah. I went to Sephora the other day. They didn't have Ralph. Yeah, I still, my my Sephora and my Ulta and my Macy's do not have the Tom Ford Nowhere Extreme Parfum yet. I don't want to pre-order that because while I do like Nowhere Extreme or Noir Extreme, I don't love it like to the point where I feel like I need to spend $230 for a new bottle. So I need to try that. Office is the only one I'm not selling. I'm selling Date or Unisex because they are the only ones that are similar to each other. Both of them smell like Jean Paul Gaultier's Ultramall. One's just a bit more fruity and one is a bit deeper. So I'm debating on which one to sell. But anyway, Rochas Aromatic Touch. I like the original better. I'll just say that. I'm reviewing it this week. It might come out the following week. I'm not sure. But is this worth a pickup for the price? I mean, they released it at about $22 or $25 on Fragrance Buy, which is nuts to think it came out like a couple months ago. But the original Aromatic Touch has that juniper. This one, it's actually quite fitting for the name Aromatic Touch because if you take that original DNA, it doesn't really have that much of the juniper in the opening. It's more of like a fruity apple. And then you add in a bunch of aromatics and almost like an ambroxan and incense. And you put those together and it's just an aromatic ambroxan incense mixture with a touch of apple as you move your way into the dry down. It is really a nice flanker for the price especially, but it's not as good as the original. The original to me is one of the best cheap fragrances that has ever been released. One of the best cheap blue fragrances, definitely. But with that said, Aromatic Touch is not as good as the original, but it is still a decent pickup. I actually get vibes of, well, not the whole thing, but mostly in the dry down of Mont Blanc Legend Eau de Parfum. But with that said, it's not exactly like that. You still get these different aromatics in there, but if you want to know similar vibes, it's like a fruity opening version of Mont Blanc Legend Eau de Parfum. But yeah, it is. Cam's out. They're canceling the orders because they what Joma Shop does, and I had to explain this to T-Frag the other day. This is what Joma Shop does for anybody out there who orders from Joma Shop. If you see, always look at their shipping. If their shipping says anywhere between 1 to 7 days, then that means that they have the product in stock, and that is 1 to 7 days. But if it says anything past that, if it's 1 to 2 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks, whatever, I called Joma Shop a few times. I discussed it with them, and what they do is they have expected shipment dates. So right now you can order the One Luminous Night. Let's just say you order that. It says 1 to 2 weeks, but that means that they are expecting to get a stock in of the One Luminous Night within 1 to 2 weeks, and then they will ship it to you. But that's not always guaranteed, especially with all the shipping issues out there. So if you ever see 1 to 2 weeks, they're going based on estimated arrival date. And also it depends on how many people ordered it, because if they're receiving an order for 180 and they took 200 orders, there's going to be 20 people that are going to get canceled. And so or they might not get it at all and then everybody gets canceled. So that's the risk you take with Joma Shop. And they do that all the time. I had one of my orders canceled of the last 5, and 3 of the other ones took about a month to arrive. My Citra Posay took almost 2 months. That was nuts. But anyway, Mont Blanc Individual. I want to let you guys know that I finally picked this up. I never did for the longest time, never picked it up. I have a lot of the other Mont Blancs. I have the entire Legend line. I have the 2013 special edition. I don't have red. I have a lot of decants of red. It's nothing special, so I didn't think it was warranted a pickup, at least until it came on discounters. I have both Star Walkers, and then now I have Individual, and I have to tell you, from what a lot of my subscribers say on Scent of the Days, like a lot of people are wearing Individual. It's not a bad fragrance. It's like it's living in the 90s. It's fruity. It's super musky, like super, super, super musky. But it's just like a fruity, musky 90s fragrance, and I won't wear it. I won't wear it at all. It seems like it's a unmodernized version and no aquatic notes version of Rochas Hawass that was made in the 90s. It's not bad by any stretch, but it's going not going it's going to be sitting there on my desk for the next 3 4 years, maybe getting sprayed 1 or 2 times, maybe during like a rainstorm or something. But other than that, I would never wear that fragrance. So I don't see where the hype is on that. It gets really good reviews. I just don't. I see it as a dated, fruity, musky fragrance. What do you guys think about it? If any of you guys know what Individual smells like, what do you think? They had all the just got Dolce & Gabbana. I did a video, Mike, on Luminous Night, and I think it smells just like Initio Side Effect, just a little bit more synthetic. I think it's a good addition to the one line. As far as being unique, I don't think it's super unique. I think it's a deeper, darker version of the Eau de Parfum with that tobacco taken out. While it is good, I still consider the Eau de Parfum and the Eau de Parfum Intense and even the one Mysterious Night to be better than Luminous Night, while Luminous Night is really good. It's really resinous. And if you've ever smelled the atomizer of it after spraying it and leaving it sit, it smells like dog crap. It doesn't smell very good. My wife actually noticed that because she picked it up to smell it the other day because she liked the color of the bottle, and she said, "Why does your cologne smell like dog crap?" And then I smelled it. The fragrance itself is good. It's just, I don't know if it's like one of the best in the line. I still think, again, I would recommend the other ones in the line. Hi Mo, how you doing? Hi Chris. Yeah, and hi Anti Hyena. Overall, Luminous Night is definitely worth a pickup, especially at the price that it's at, 70 some dollars. If you like warm, sticky, ambery fragrances, that's exactly what you get. It is warm, sticky, just, yeah. And Individual is not very fresh. It's kind of like in the middle. It's one of those fragrances that can be worn in a lot of different situations because it's that musky, fruity, deep fragrance. So yeah, let me go through. I'm skipping a lot of people's comments. Anti-Hyena, what's up, buddy? Sorry, I was missing a bunch of comments here. Which one is fruitier? Let's see, Robbie, would you ask? Is he going to give us a code too? Robbie, can you rewrite what you were writing? I don't know what you meant. Is he going to give us a code too? But anyway, I still have to receive confirmation that my order went through from Strong With You. Ood, yeah, T-Frag, we're at a week now, or not even a week, so we should probably be getting it within the next couple weeks. Which one's unisex is fruitier? I like unisex better than date. I have both of them here. I like unisex better than date. They are very, very similar though. Is Born in Roma similar to Geo Absolute? No. Born in Roma, the original, is just it's a nice date night fragrance, and it's actually really good. It's just Geo Absolute is more similar to the aquatic, like Rosacia Wasp type fragrances, but with amber in it, like a darker resinous version of those. That's more for date nights. It still has those like watery aquatics, those bubblegummy sweet, but I never really considered the original Born in Roma to be super bubblegummy sweet, even though a lot of people do say it is. I don't see it to be that way. I see it to be just like a nice, dark, warmer nighttime fragrance. So no, I don't consider Geo Absolute and Born in Roma to be anywhere similar. Although Born in Roma, Yellow Dream, and Coral Fantasy are better than the original, at least in my opinion. I absolutely don't reach for Individual. Yeah, I will never reach for Individual. Never cared for Individual. It didn't smell. Yeah, see, I'm glad that you guys are saying that, but a lot of people, if you look at my scent of the days, like at least a couple weeks ago, everybody was putting Individual. And so I was like, maybe I should pick that up then. It's worth $6. I mean, any fragrance is worth $6, especially if it's from a Mont Blanc. You could probably sell that on eBay for $30 to somebody that doesn't know anything about fragrances. I like Explorer. Yeah, I like Explorer. I like the Legend Eau de Toilette. I like Legend Eau de Parfum. I like Legend. The best Legend that ever came out is the 2013 edition. That is one of the best fragrances in the designer community. If you haven't smelled that, it's on $99 on or $92 or something on eBay. Mont Blanc Legend 2013 Special Edition is a fantastic freaking fragrance. But I have that entire line. The only one that I don't like from the Legend line, the red is okay. It's nothing great. I don't like Legend Night. That one's not very good, at least in my opinion. How good is Invictus Platinum? Is it worth a full? Invictus Platinum, you can get it right now on discounters. It is on Fragrance Buy, or it was on Fragrance Buy, but it's been coming in and out of discounters for about $10 to $20 off. It's very similar to fragrances if you've tried 1 Million Lucky or Bad Boy Cobalt. It's very similar to those. It has those fruity woods. I honestly think that Paco Rabanne is just taking ideas from other lines that are in the Paco Rabanne family and remaking them and just giving a little bit of a twist to it, because to me, it's like, again, 1 Million Lucky or Bad Boy Cobalt. It's just, honestly, to me, Invictus Platinum is probably the best of those three. So would I pay full retail if you like this type of fragrances? Yeah, I would, but I would probably wait for a Macy's sale. My Macy's rep, I talked to her today whenever I was looking for the Noir Extreme Parfum, and she said that the next Macy's sale is within the next couple weeks. She can't tell me a date. They don't have a date. So the last time that they told me they didn't have a date, it never actually happened. So just take that with a grain of salt. I'm a layer individual with Hawass right now. Well, fantastic. Have fun with that. Jeremy Fragrance, Cam the Man, Mo, what's up? Mike, what's up? Oh, I already said hi to Mike. Do you think individual or instant crush from Answer? Instant Crush from Mancera is 1,000 times better than individual. Instant Crush is probably in my top two Manceras that I tried. It's really a nice fragrance. I don't want to tell you what I think of it, the different notes that I get from it. I want to let you guys know in my video. But Instant Crush is a really nice fragrance. And based on the fact that a lot of Manceras can be found under $100, that's one that I'm definitely picking up. The one that I will tell you a little bit about is Lemon Lime. I didn't like that originally. I didn't like Aqua Wood originally, and then both of them did a whole 360 for me. Lemon Lime is almost like a aromatic lemon head. Like those lemon candies when you were growing up, it's very similar to like a lemon head. So if you like the sugary sweet lemon, you would like Lemon Lime. And it's not Lemon Lime, which I thought it was for the first 2 weeks that I was wearing it. It's Lemon Lime. But you guys probably already know that. I'm just the one being an idiot. I liked individual. Oh, Star Walkers are much better than individual. It's like, yeah, Star Walkers are like the more modernized version of individual without that horrible amount of musk. They have that pineapple in there. There's fruity notes. They took out the raspberry. It's actually really good. You're welcome, Mike. I never got into Jeremy hypes up a lot of things. He's a good guy. If you guys ever met him outside, I never have, outside of seeing him on a phone. Apparently, he's a really nice guy. He's very humble, and while I don't like watching his 3/4 naked body on the screen, I do hear he's a nice guy, and he has been doing this for a long time, so he's earned the right to just throw out random fragrances 25 times a day. I mean, I've seen videos where he said that Sauvage Eau de Toilette was one of his favorites, and then literally that same day released a video where he was giving his top 10 Diors, and none of the Sauvages were in the top 10, and he said, I don't like Sauvage very much. So, but honestly, he's earned the right to do that because he pretty much took the fragrance community and made it what it is today. But yeah. Yopom Ice is a modern individual. See, that's that too. Yopom Ice, Mont Blanc, Starwalker Extreme. They are in the same exact realm, but they are a more modern individual. Yeah, Mo, you're completely right. Well, a lot of you guys don't like individual. I actually feel better about myself. I was thinking about picking up Yopom. Yeah, Mo, or T-Frag. I got Yopom Ice on the fragrance buy sale when it was $12, and that was really nice. I hate Yope, the original Yope. And you know what's crazy is I'm pretty sure people have compared this to the original Yope, if I can remember correctly. And I don't smell Yope in that at all, outside of the amount of like muskiness you get from it. But I hate the original Yope. Yope on Ice is very nice though. Perfect comparison. It does smell like lemon heads and lavender. Yeah, it's pretty much what it smells like. I'm sitting here going through my collection and can't believe how much I like Spicebomb Infrared. My wife told me last night is her favorite fragrance that I own. It used to be the Most Wanted Eau de Parfum Intense was her favorite. I'm talking about designer fragrances. She really does like Leighton, and she also likes Sedley a lot as well. But with that said, Spicebomb Infrared. Oh, and I found out who sent that to me. It was one of the people I was trying to figure out how somebody got my address. So then I had to put two and two together, and I was like, it had to have been somebody that, if you guys don't know, somebody sent me, and they didn't even put a note or a name or tell me they were doing this. They sent me Spicebomb Infrared because I said in my last live that I broke mine. And they sent me a 3.4 ounce, and I bought one myself. And so now I have two backup bottles of it. They sent me a 3.4 ounce as well as a 30 milliliter decant, and it turned out, and so I was like, it must be one of my giveaway winners. And then I was like, crap, I've done about 75 giveaways, so I wonder who it could be. And it turns out it's one of my newer giveaway winners. They just didn't want it to be known. They go by Let's Go Socks. And so thank you to them. They might not actually want me to say that out loud, but whatever. Sorry. If you had to pick a better fragrance, let me say that you prefer it slightly more. Which one would it be? Oh, I can already give you an answer to this. I was asked this last night. Somebody sent me an Instagram message and tagged me and Jeff from SoCal Scents, and I answered it, and he just put an arrow up pointing at my message. Most Wanted Eau de Parfum Intense is the better fragrance overall because it's able to be worn all year round. It's a date night fragrance. It also has a bit of freshness in there. It is a huge compliment puller through and through. It lasts a long time. Sometimes it can stay on your clothes overnight. Most Wanted Parfum is the better fall and winter time fragrance. So if you're looking for a fall and winter time fragrance, Most Wanted Parfum is the fall and winter time fragrance version of Most Wanted Eau de Parfum Intense, which is supposed to be stationed around the fall and winter anyway. If you don't know much about Most Wanted Parfum, it takes that Most Wanted DNA in the opening, it deepens it, makes it a bit more like sticky, and then you get this bourbon, vanilla, and ginger coming in the dry down that gives it really nice, really sensual fall and winter, really sweet gourmand type vibe, but not as gourmand as the original. Overall, if I had to say pick one and you have none of them, Eau de Parfum Intense is the better option. Most Wanted Parfum is the better fall and winter fragrance. That's the best way I can put it because I like both of them and I wear both of them for different situations. Even though they're the situational fragrance, they're pretty much for the same situation, except for, again, Eau de Parfum Intense can be worn in the late spring and summer. I try to find ways to wear both of them. But anyway, what I was saying is Spicebomb Infrared. Yeah, thank you to him. My wife said last night I was wearing it, and she hasn't complimented me on a fragrance in like a week. And then I put that on because it was like 50 degrees. It's like 48 degrees out right now. And I wore that, and she was like, wow. That is my favorite fragrance. I have to tell you, it is spicy. It is sweet. It is, because if you don't know what infrared is, it is a cinnamon balm with benzoin that provides this vanilla, like a creamy vanilla cinnamon mixed with a little bit of sweet fruit, as well as just a couple other little things in there. But for the most part, that's what you're looking at. And it just smells amazing. If you don't know, it's about to leave the shelves in the next couple of months, apparently. And it's $62 for 130 milliliters of it on Nordstrom Rack. But yeah, what's up, Tarek or Tariq? I'm sitting here. Let me go back. You're welcome, Brian. I miss Javanchi play, and I've actually haven't smelled that in a long time. I don't even remember what it smells like. Sorry, Chris. If you want me to look online, your best option is just to do what I would do, is go on Fragrantica and look up Javanchi Play, and it will tell you any similar fragrances, but I don't even remember what that smells like. I haven't worn that in a long time. I'm sitting here going through my collection and can't believe how much I like spice. Yeah, I already read that. If you had to pay, I'm going backwards. Cole, you haven't tried Spice. Oh, that's Brian's correct. If you guys have ever seen those cremos that are in Walmarts, they have Spicebomb Extreme, Spicebomb Infrared, Cologne type things. I only bought one cremo, and it was actually really good. So I'm going to buy the next Spice one. They didn't have Spice and Vanilla. They didn't have it at my Walmart, but I'm going to try to find it at the next Walmart. But if you're ever scared to pick up those cremos, you should definitely. That's the one I have, the Distiller's Blend. Cruid. I talked about that on my last video. That's the one I do have, is Distiller's Blend. I got it from TJ Maxx in their clearance section for like $11 or something like that. But it's really good. You thought it was? I thought it was lemon lime. Yes, I did. Chris Compton, I don't know what that, I have to do, Cremo, Spice, and I'm just reading everybody. You got it, TiVo. You guys are having some good conversation. Sounds like I shouldn't have bought individual. You can wear what you like. If you like it, Mike, then you can like it. What's up? What's up, on average, Joe? I was just talking about you. I said that I had your video recorded for the last 2 weeks. I'm trying to, people usually don't watch the indie and niche videos. And so I recorded like 30 videos over a span of a few weeks. And I'm releasing the niche and indie videos here and there. So I put your video is going to be a reaction to a review of your fragrance and Coastal Carolina Southern Peach Tea. It's like a reviewer's video, and that's coming out this week. It's one of my indie niche videos this week. So if you guys don't know, On Average Joe is who I was talking about. Go follow him. He does lives, he does reviews, and he also made fragrance with Making Sense. I think the guy's name is Mike, and it's supposed to be an homage to Sour Patch Kids. So if you like that kind of thing, you should definitely try it out. My review's coming out this week if you want to know my opinion on it. 102 in Arizona. It is 48 degrees. You can see out there, it is just crappy looking. It is crappy, crappy, crappy. And you know what else is crappy? Is that a deer went to my pumpkin plant and bit one of my damn pumpkins off the freaking vine. You have no idea. When you put 60 days into making or planting and growing and burying vines of a pumpkin plant, to have this massive pumpkin that's about this big, that's still growing, and have a deer just come over and nibble it off the plant and then not even eat it. It's like, dude, at least eat my pumpkin. What the hell am I talking about? Let's see. A lot of people watch Mancera. Yeah, Mancera I'm not worried about. I recorded Mancera 2 or 3 days ago. That one I'm fine with Cam's at, because Mancera is kind of like the designer niche. Because of the price, people don't care about Mancera. I was talking about like the Imaginary Authors, or the one that I released the other day. What was it? Goldfield and Banks Pacific Rock Moss. They got like 90 views in 20 hours or 24 hours. And I think that the one still is under 100 for Imaginary Authors, and I released it like 2 weeks ago. You're welcome, Joe. Yeah, I like this, Mo. My weather has been so nice, especially for somebody who loves fragrances. I was telling Jeff that the other night. I was like, I actually don't, I wanted to move to LA, but as a fragrance personality, now and somebody who loves wearing fragrances, especially the fall fragrances, I would hate to live in LA, because they have like a certain season that it never really gets below like 50 degrees or whatever. And I just couldn't do that. I like the cooler weather. I like wearing Spicebomb Infrared and Most Wanted and all of those type of fragrances on a daily basis. And during the winter, you can wear them during the day. And so I like this type of weather. It allows me to wear my deeper fragrances during the summer. Do you think Acqua di Gio Profumo will get discontinued? At this point in time, that would be the last thing that they would probably discontinue from that line, because they were talking about, or Profumo, I thought you said Profondo, I read that wrong. Profumo apparently already was discontinued. That's what people said, but it's in every one of my stores. So I think it was just like a local discontinuation in places that it wasn't selling. Because I know that they don't sell Profumo in LA right now in any of the stores, but they sell it in every single store in Pittsburgh. So as far as discontinuation, I keep seeing it pop up. So until it's not, I would say that you're good and you're in the clear. But with that said, that is on the chopping block as far as what people are telling me. But I doubt it is, because they wouldn't restock fragrances that are discontinued. 60, I heard literally half the people in my chat today saying that it was raining. So I think it was just raining all over the country for the most part, except for the places that are like 102 degrees. I'm waiting on my patch order coming soon. I live in Pittsburgh, Nitro. I live in the South Hills of Pittsburgh, probably like 15, 20 minutes on the outside of it. Yeah, I had a bug eat my zucchini. There's a thing called a vine borer, and they eat through the stem of the zucchini, and they go into the plant, and they just kill the plant. So I stopped making zucchini plants. You got me wanting. Dior Homme Sport, if you guys don't know, is one of my favorite signature scent releases of the year. It's a citric aldehydic take on the Dior Homme DNA, but they actually finally took the iris out of the Dior Homme DNA, which was kind of a nice switch up. And honestly, my favorite two Dior fragrances are Dior Homme Sport and Dior Homme Cologne, which are the two that don't have iris in them. So I think I prefer the Dior fragrances that don't have iris in them. Although I do like Dior Homme 2020, that's a good one. And I also like Dior Homme Intense. I just prefer the ones that don't have it in it. Just my opinion, though. I know a lot of people like the ones with iris. It's 90 right now, Southern California. Yeah, that's crazy. It's like always 90. It was like 100 degrees in Southern California yesterday. T-Frag, I think he only released the one. See, whenever you told me, I was under the impression that Making Sense was all of his. But from what I understand is that Joe just did the on average patch, and that was it. He was just doing it in collaboration with Mike from Making Sense, because whenever I was on his stream the other day, he corrected me and said it was only on average patch. That's the only one that he did. You know what they should release is like, and I mean a designer, not like some kind of other brand. They need to do like some kind of pumpkin spice fragrance. I think that would be really good. Unless, do you guys know any? Because I don't know any pumpkin spice fragrances that are like a designer, like actually like a mass appealing pumpkin spice fragrance. New York City weather is always pretty close to mine, maybe a little bit hotter or a little bit cooler usually. Yeah, I get to wear fall and winter fragrances like at least once a week during the summer here. I'm in Minnesota, 72 degrees. Yeah, you're in the same area as me. Like, we're all right in that top northeastern part of, or northern part of the United States. Do I think Prada will discontinue? I don't really like talking about discontinued fragrances. And especially, do you think they will? Because designers, especially, they're not going to just say, hey, guess what? We're going to discontinue this fragrance in a year. They don't do that. They just take them off the shelves, no questions asked. And so they're not going to just to say, hey, we're going to do this, because Prada Amber, I mean, it's not really in stores right now. I haven't seen it in a single store that I go to. So I don't think it's going to be one that I'd really worry about whether it's going to be discontinued or not. Let's see. Novitas just released this new fragrance with peanut butter. Not, guys, you got to try Novitas. And I'm not saying that. I'm not paid by anybody. I have no sponsors. The only thing that I was ever sent outside of my subs was the Imaginary Authors collection, and they just sent it to me. It wasn't like their media people. It was the perfumer Josh of Imaginary Authors that was just interested in my opinions because he saw one of my 25 and 5 videos and he thought it was funny. So he sent me the Imaginary Authors because he thought that I was imaginative. And so that's the only people that, and I review them honestly. There's a couple that I don't like and a couple that I do. But anyway, Navitus sponsors a lot of people. They do. But I have to tell you, their fragrances, at least the few that I've tried so far, are absolutely amazing. There's one that I did the other day, two of them. One's called the Embrace, more of a fall and winter fragrance. Fantastic. And the other one, T-Frag, please put it in the comments because I don't know the other one's name. I said it in the other day. It's really, really, really good. It's very similar to like Chanel Allure Homme Sport or Allure Homme Edition Blanche with that like lemon cream type feeling, but it's like a lemon cookie. And it's like very natural and it's so good. You guys definitely need at least to try out Navitus or Novitus. They're really, really good fragrances. If you like sweet and gourmand fragrances, let me just put it that way. Let me get back into some of these fragrances before I keep reading them. So Loam Idiol Cologne. This is one that I've had for quite a while. I finally topped off my collection of Loam Idiol because they were all being discontinued in the United States outside of the original. And I wanted to get my nose on this and complete the collection because the only one that I need now is the L'Intense, which I'm not that worried about getting, but I will get it eventually. This is their only one in the line that was still available that is for the spring and summer. And I got to tell you, it is really good. It's like creamy almond with a bit of powderiness in there mixed with this nice citrus accord that is just beautiful. If you like semi-gourmand fragrances that have this nuttiness to it mixed with some citruses, it smells unique. It's really nice. I mean, all of the Loam Idiol fragrances have that almond feeling to them. So if you know what Loam Idiol smells like and that background, that DNA that they have, then if you like it, then you'll like this. I always say that the only one that's kind of divisive in the line is the Eau de Parfum. You'll either like the Eau de Parfum or you won't. The rest of them, if you like one, you'll pretty much like them all, at least in my opinion. Oh, hold on. I really like Abercrombie & Fitch Fierce, one of the best smelling fragrances in my opinion. I wouldn't go as far as to say it's one of the best smelling fragrances because there's a lot of fragrances that smell like it. As far as how long does it last, I get about 6 or 7 hours from Fierce at max. I would say it's more in like the 5 to 6 hour range. But I wouldn't say, because there's a lot of fragrances that smell very similar to it and that are better. We have like, I think I'm 1, 2, 3. I can think of 4 off the top of my head that smell exactly like Fierce, if not better than Fierce. Boss Bottled Intense EDT versus EDP. I haven't tried the EDT. I don't even think it's available anywhere to even buy on eBay. But with that said, Boss Bottled Intense EDP smells just like the original Boss Bottled. It's just a little bit deeper. And it is right here. So again, I was just about to tell you guys, you can see that crack right there in the bottle, right there. It looks like a little circular pressure crack. Well, I got that from the guy from eBay. He told me that I was lying, that I was the one who broke it, or I swapped it out with one of the fragrances in my collection or something, which obviously I was like, whatever, I'm just going to post it on my channel that no one should ever buy from you again. And then before I did that, he said, hey, how about I send you these and then you don't do that. So he sent me All Saints Metal Wave and All Saints Leather Skies. And I sprayed both of them on. Metal Wave, they are sold at either Ulta or Sephora. They're about $90. And Metal Wave smells like it's a lot of vanilla. Even though in the notes it's like cypress and magnolia and something else, I have to tell you, Metal Wave is more like vanilla inside of the pages of an old book. I mean, like, I actually, so I was watching some comments, some videos about it, thinking to myself, why are people getting magnolia or cypress and florals? Because that's what it's advertised as, is a woody floral. And a lot of people were just, it's like they were reading the notes because it smells like vanilla, like a powdery vanilla mixed with like, have you ever like opened a textbook and you smell the pages of like an old book? It's very similar to that. I mean, I gotta say, it's really sensual. It's dialed back. It's nice. And while I'm saying old book, it's like this old musty vanilla. And if you like vanilla, I think you would actually like this. It's more like a vanilla candle or something like that. But hey, I got it for free, and I got a 100 milliliter eau de parfum, so I'll wear it. As far as Leather Skies, it's advertised as a woody leather fragrance, and I get a really small amount of leather. For it to be called Leather Skies, I don't get it. But overall, it's a nice fragrance. It really wears off your skin in about 30 seconds, though. I just felt like I'd throw those out there. I mean, I got them for free from that guy, so that was pretty cool. I didn't try any CK fragrances except for the original Calvin Klein until about 2018, so I did not try any of those Nitro. 2018 was whenever they started doing a lot of their like good summer releases, because I thought Calvin Klein for the most part was just kind of a crappy second rate brand for the longest time, and honestly to this day I still kind of feel that way. Eternity Summer Days was released. While it has that calypso note that's like a watermelon, it's so dialed back and it literally just smells like almost like water. And then the CK1 Summer Days, which is about half the price, is actually really nice. You can find that on Nordstrom Rack for like 20 some dollars or 30 bucks. It's like a nectarine or some kind of like citrus orange, and it's pretty much like that the entire fragrance. It is really good. One that you should definitely try out if you like the real fruity or real citrusy orange fragrances. Um, Fabulous Me by Paco Rabanne private line has pumpkin, rhubarb, and sandalwood. I sent you a sample from their private line. Oh, yeah, you did. What was that called? Strong Me. That one was actually good. Cam's at his first time he ever sent me something. He sent me a Paco Rabanne private line called Strong Me, and it broke in the package, but I could smell it from the package, and it smelled really nice. Loam Idiol Cologne. Um, you sold your Loam Idiol Cologne? That's sad. Cool, maybe you sold it to me because I bought mine off eBay. It was like, I honestly don't remember what I paid for it. It was under 100, I know that. Mercedes Club Black is nice for the fall and winter. That's one of my only Mercedes fragrances that I've actually tried. Even though they have a new Mercedes fragrance that's coming out very soon that I'm really interested in. I told you guys for the longest time, I haven't tried Mercedes fragrances. I just never really got around to car fragrances in general. Ferrari, Jaguar. I tried Jaguar Pace. That's a good one. But overall, I haven't tried many car fragrances, but Mercedes Club Black is a good one. So I keep feeling like I have a bug on my mouth. Javanchi Gentleman Odo. You know what's crazy? Speaking of Javanchi, I'll read that in a second. I was in Ulta yesterday or tonight, and I was smelling a lot of the other Javanchis, just because I was trying to get like all of them next to each other because I don't have them all. I told you I think it's redundant. I have the Boisé and I have the Eau de Toilette Intense. The rest of them I either returned or I just didn't buy because they're redundant. And I was smelling through all of them because they had every single one out except for the Parfum or the Eau de Parfum. And Boisé is the most unique of all of them. My wife loves the Boisé. It is, I smelled all of them. It smells like it has the least amount of iris. It has that booze in it. It's just a really good fragrance, and it's probably the most unique in the Givenchy line. Tariq, Givenchy Gentleman, Valentino. You're comparing some really odd ones because Valentino Uomo line doesn't really smell like Givenchy Gentleman Eau de Parfum, in my opinion at least. Dior Homme Intense is the best of all three of those, though. Yeah, no. You know what's funny is that my wife was like, "You're using your social media power." I was like, "I only have like 1,000 subs," and she's like, "Yeah, but I think that I told him that I also had 12,000 subs on TikTok," and she's like, "I think you scared him away with that." I was like, "Well, that's actually pretty cool," but I guess I can thank you guys for me getting 2 new bottles of stuff. Have I tried Milestone? I've tried both Milestone. I have Milestone and Sillage. I have tried. I don't remember what it smells like, and I will buy a bottle soon. I remember not really caring that much about Sillage because I really don't like that type of fragrance in general, like the cool water. I think that's what it is. But what anyway, I love Milestone. I didn't like Milestone when I first smelled it, but I have to tell you, it is a fantastic fragrance. It is pretty much Creed Millesime Imperial in a nutshell. It's a little bit less rich, a little bit less luxurious feeling, and just less mature feeling, but at the same time, it smells very, very, very close. It's a clone of Silver Mountain Water. That's what it is. I couldn't remember. The last time I tried Sillage was like a year and a half or 2 years ago, and it wasn't even mine. It was one of my friends, and it was whenever I took all of my fragrances to his house to have him smell a bunch. I don't remember what it is. Again, I don't pay attention to clones unless you guys tell me to buy them. But yeah, Ross loves Sillage, says it's his wife's favorite. I honestly, Creed Silver Mountain Water, I already have that, and I don't think it's even that good of a fragrance. I'm not that. I've told you I like to wear that only in very certain situations. Cam's at. I told you I just got that last night. I haven't even been home until now. I literally got home today. So, and I have about 15 fragrances from you and T Frag that are in the queue to try on. And I just wore that other one, that Zerjoff that you sent me, and that was last night. And so I have a bunch of fragrances to wear. That one I just did get, but no, I did not wear it yet. And I told T Frag, and I guess I did. I should have told you, Camzat. I don't want to be rude at all because I really, really appreciate you guys sending me stuff. But I feel like the best way for me to take your samples and actually get the best reviews for everybody is to take my time with them. And so I'm going to be doing, I'm wearing one fragrance that he sent me, one fragrance that you sent me the next day, then one fragrance that I own so that I can still wear my collection. And so it's going to take a while, but I am going to get through all of them. And I still have about 35 or 40 different fragrances that I need to wear. But with that said, yeah, I will get to test it. I don't like testing them on tester strips. Whenever I first smell them, I like to test them on my skin. It's the scent, the whole scent line. I don't like the Maninka fruit. The Maninka fruit has this musty, not really fruity. It's just like kind of like just a musty smell. And I love the Private Accord. The Private Accord is really, really nice. I like that dark chocolate vibe, even though I don't like dark chocolate in general. Boss the Scent Private Accord is really nice. The Le Parfum is okay. I wouldn't be the one to ask, and that's why I really don't review any of those on my channel because I only own the Private Accord because I don't like that line. That line just to me just isn't very good. The Maninka fruit just smells really bad. But I would definitely try and see what other people think about it, other reviewers, because I wouldn't be the one to tell you about the one line. Yeah, fragrance reviewer problems. I'm sitting here saying like, listen, I have like 475 fragrances, so I need to try them all on. And there's too many issues going on here, yet I have 475 fragrances and I'm complaining about it. So, yeah. Thanks, Mo, for pointing that out. My favorite Boss, I would have to say my number one, even though I complained about it in this video, is Boss Bottled Intense. I love the original Boss Bottled, and it's always been my wife's favorite fragrance. Before I even had a huge collection, it was the one that I always wore and I always rebought. And then they kind of reformulated it to the point where it's like water, and like 2 hours of longevity. So I have to say this got me about 7 to 8 hours, and I have to say this is probably going to be my favorite. With that being discontinued, if it didn't exist and I couldn't buy it again, then I would have to just say the original Boss Bottled is probably still number one. I do think that Boss Bottled Marine Limited Edition is number two, just based on how great the opening is. All of the bosses really have terrible longevity. They're all about 4 or 5 hours on an average. But with that said, Boss Bottled Marine Limited Edition opening is just so fire. It's so good that I'd have to put that at number two. And then for number three, I would put the Eau de Parfum. The Eau de Parfum is just like their fresh. It's like a mix between the original Boss Bottled and Boss Bottled Tonic, which I do like Boss Bottled Tonic, which would be number four. So those would be my top 3 or 4 Boss. Boss Bottled Nice is great as well. I like that. Honestly, their line is all pretty good. There's one, I can't remember the name of it at this point. It's either Unlimited or it might be Unlimited that I didn't like. No, Boss Bottled United. That was the one. I hated that one. Other than that, most of their fragrances are pretty safe and they're pretty good. Hold on. I think I'm skipping people's collection. Natty, I've done about 50 videos that had a lot of my collection in them. I'm going to do a video of a collection where I get other people's collections. I already have 4 people that have sent me their collections. And so I will be, if you guys ever want to email me your collection and I'll feature it on a video, I'm going to be doing that at some point in time. But yeah, I would say that I've had about 500 different shorts, both on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube, that have showed pretty much 90% of my collection in different parts of the video, because my collection isn't in one big cabinet like you see in a lot of other people's. I have a quarter of my collection on the wall. I have a quarter of my collection in my bedroom. I have a quarter of my collection in the bathroom. And no, I don't use the bathroom. That it's a guest bathroom. And then I have a lot of my collection in my man cave. So for me to show you my collection, it would just kind of be pointless. Just go look at my shorts, you'd see it all. I don't have like 1,000 bottles or anything. I've told you guys I got like a little under 200 now. Let's see. Anyone wants to send me a Xerjoff, feel free. Hey, if anybody wants to send T-Frag a sample of Xerjoff's Naxos, 1861 Naxos, just contact me via email. I'll pay for the shipping if you can send him a decant. He needs to try the Naxos, and the only thing I have is a decant, and I'm not sending it to him because I like it. Roja Elysium for me. Are you asking me to review it, Brian? Or have somebody to send it to you? Roja Elysium is really good. If there was one fragrance that I'd have somebody send me, like a full bottle, would be Roja Elysium. My wife's birthday is coming up. I want to get her something special. Anything you could suggest for women? What kind of fragrances does she like, Ravi? Because my wife has about 10 fragrances. So I can tell you, light blue intense for women is Brian, I already did a review for both Rojas. I think you missed that one. Roja Elysium and Elysium Parfum. I did an entire video breakdown of those fragrances, and it wasn't that long ago. Maybe a month max. But anyway, what was I even freaking talking about? Light blue intense for women is really nice if she likes fresh fragrances. There's Ralph, which is actually a decent apple fragrance for women. It's like kind of sweet, and then there's a new Billie Eilish fragrance. It's has a bit of this like vanilla creaminess to it. It's really good. So those 3 would be nice for girls. Also, Angel Nova by Mugler is really good as well. See, Camzat, I told him that I would, that Naxos, I would not recommend it. And somebody in my last live was arguing with me saying they would recommend it. I said because there's other fragrances that are a lot cheaper that do the same thing, and to me they do it better. Like Pure Havana or Insurrection 2 Wild, I think they're too close for a much less price that I don't think it's worth it. Thoughts on fragrance addiction? I don't really consider myself to have a fragrance addiction, or else I would have 1,000 bottles. I've been collecting for 18 years now, and again, I'm only at a little bit under 200, and the bulk of my collection was because you guys asked me to pick them up. With people who have a fragrance addiction, I was watching a video the other day of this guy on Instagram who boasts about how many fragrances he has. He has 3 storage lockers full of fragrances that have about 10 shelves, and they're all about 10 deep. And so I'd say he probably has, and they're all niche. I mean, there's a little bit of designer in there, but for the most part, I think he has about, I'd say maybe 15,000 bottles of fragrance. It looks like that. I mean, it's probably like 5,000, but it's storage locker after storage locker, and it's nuts. So as far as that, that's just nuts. Worst fragrance recommendation I've ever smelled. The reason I created my channel JVE, which is Azaro's Decibel. Sorry, I just sometimes I see the fragrances on my, or the comments on my screen. The other time I see them on my daughter's phone, and so that's why sometimes I skip your questions. Boss Bottled Night is great for bed. Have you ever tried Joe Malone? No, I have not tried anything from Joe Malone. Is that a designer? Because I honestly, I've heard of Joe Malone, but I've never seen them anywhere to test or anything. Is that a niche, an indie, a designer? The Boss Bottled line, I'm actually really pumped for the Parfum. If you guys don't know, Boss Bottled Parfum was released about a month ago as a pre-release in Europe only at duty-free stores in the airport. And so you could only get them at duty-free stores in the airport in Europe. That's why you don't see any reviews or anything about it. Apparently, that was just a pre-release, and that they are going to be releasing it in the United States very soon. With that said, I'm not 100% sure that will ever happen, because there was that Boss Bottled Gold or whatever it was that never actually made it to the stores in the United States. So you never know with Hugo Boss. They've done this quite a few times. And if they decide that they're not having any success in that duty-free store, they might not bring it to America at all. But the plans were to pre-release it at the airport, at duty-free stores, and then automatically bring it to the United States after, at least from what I read. So we should see that soon, which I am pumped about. Thoughts on Jazz Club? I think it's the one of the only two that I like from Margiela line, and honestly, I don't really love any from Maison Margiela. I don't think any of them. I don't own any of them. I have a lot of those like little sample things that they sell for like $15 at Sephora. But Jazz Club's good. Just not one that I would pick over others. You would have to try it out for yourself though, because those fragrances by Maison Margiela are very selective. Some people will like them or think, hey, I can wear this in this situation. They're very situational fragrances, like by the fireplace. I like it, but when would I wear that? What's up, DX? How you doing, bud? The shirts are too fitted as well, meant for skinny dudes with a skeleton. What shirts are we talking about? I think you guys are talking to each other. What's the latest super popular fragrance that everyone loves that you're just not interested in? I keep giving Mustache EDP additional time, just struggled to like it. I've mentioned this quite a few times, and I bought a bottle just off a whim 3 days ago because I've said this for quite a long time. There are 2 fragrances. One, oh, Hugo Boss shirts, yeah. I know, they are really tight, at least women's. I don't have any men's. I know my wife has a Hugo Boss shirt. She said it was really tight. But anyway, one is actually from the Boss Bottled line, surprisingly, and it is Boss Bottled Oud. A lot of people were talking about how much they liked it, and I think it sucks. We'll add another one on here. Javanchi Gentleman Reserve Prive. A lot of people are saying it is the fragrance release of the year. I see it as just another Javanchi, a damn Javanchi Gentleman fragrance that just has a little bit of a twist. And if you have any of the other fragrances in the line, it's not that it smells bad. I just wasn't impressed with it at all. I don't see what the hype is about it. Like, if you're just a random person out there and you're going to buy a fragrance and you already own a Javanchi, you're going to smell that and say, what's so special about it? Why is everybody hyping this up? The Reserve Privé, I just don't understand the hype on it. And then the third one was Prada Black. I'm trying to, this is the one I said I just bought a bottle of. For the longest time, everybody was hyping up Prada Black. It started with one channel, and then now it's getting out there that it's like one of the best date night fragrances. And I just can't get my nose around the Prada Black again. It's not one that I don't like. It's my wife loves it. I just, every time we went to the store, she wanted me to buy it, or she was going to buy it for me. I said, I'm not going to wear it. I don't really like it. It's just a spicy amber fragrance is what it smells like to me. So I bought it, and I have to say over the last couple days, it's like a little bit better, and maybe it's going to be one of those ones that just pops up and makes it better. But Prada Luna Rosa Black is just, to me, it's nothing special. I know a lot of that. That's another fragrance that is just, those are the three. So anyway, yeah. What's your opinion on Javanchi Gentleman Only Absolute? I think it's okay. I wouldn't say it's the most versatile in the line, but at the same time, I haven't tried all of the Javanchi Only fragrances. But I do like Javanchi Gentleman, or Javanchi Only Absolute. I think it's a good fragrance. I think, I mean, I wear it, so I wouldn't say any bad things about it for sure. Their shirts are, I send a pic of, yeah, Anti-Hyena. Go ahead, send a picture of your collection. I can, my email is in every one of my videos. And then I'll put it probably in a month or so. I'm going to be doing a video of everyone's collection. My favorite goes to Private Accord, Boss Bar and Bottled, EDP. Oh, you were also including the scent line. I thought you were only talking about Boss Bottled. But if I had to add in the Private Accord, that would be number 2 on my list. But yeah, that's a good list as well. I like Hugo Boss Soul. I haven't tried that, but definitely discontinued. Oh, that's probably why. Thank you, Brian. I've never liked Naxos. I don't know why. Yeah. Oh, I already answered that. Get out of here, dude. You're not doing that, but I do have lots of... Oh, my goodness. Sorry. Somebody was calling my daughter's phone. Have you tried Oud for Greatness, Oud for Glory? I've tried Oud for Greatness. That was not a long time ago. It was a decent amount of time ago, but no, I haven't tried any of them. That is, DX, you were the one who was telling me to get them, weren't you? Yeah. DX, you were the one who asked me the other day, hey, can you pick up Oud for Greatness or Oud for Glory, because I want to know your opinions on them. And I said, I already am done picking up my fragrances for the month. Can you tell me next month? Let's see. I wanted to send you a Joe Malone sample, but I know you don't like florals. No, if you guys ever want to send me anything, I always really appreciate it. I will always review it. I will always try it out. But if it is a floral heavy fragrance, outside of like iris or jasmine or geranium, outside of that, like, I don't like heavy floral unisex fragrances. I just never have. And so I wouldn't be a good person to give an opinion on. So if you ever went through my channel, and even for the next 5 years, you're not going to see me reviewing heavy floral fragrances. If there's a new release that comes out that's a heavy floral fragrance, I probably am not going to pick it up. I already know that I'm not going to like floral fragrances, and so I don't want to give you guys a mixed bag review because I don't like something. And so that's my opinion on why I don't really review floral fragrances. Do you think Chanel will come out with a Bleu de Chanel? I sure hope they don't. I do not want them to come out with Chanel Elixir. I want them to come out with a new line. I want a fragrance designer to stop just being what everybody else in the fragrance community or the designer community is. And that's just, let's copy and paste. We're going to do parfum. We're going to do this. We're going to do this. And we're just going to continue. It's like getting darker as I'm sitting here. Can you turn the light on? Can you turn the light on? Thank you. Sorry, it's getting dark out. Anyway, so what was I saying? I hope they don't come out with Chanel Elixir because they need to come out with a new line. All the other designers out there right now are just like, hey, let's release a parfum. Hey, let's release an elixir. Dior Sauvage Elixir should not have been in the Sauvage line. They should have released a different line that was stemmed as the Sauvage Elixir or whatever it was being named something else and released as its own fragrance line because it smells completely different from all the other Sauvages. And so I don't think that should have been that line. And that would have been a good start on a new line. And I just don't understand why fragrance companies like Chanel are just spending all of this time focusing on one line than just and doing the same thing, just a little twist on it, when they could be doing something unique. That's what perfumery is supposed to be about, is being unique, making something that you haven't smelled before. But it's like designers and perfumers are just getting lazy now, and they're just creating the same things over and over and over. Yeah, I understand that, Nitro. I understand the reason behind it, but it's just they need to release a new line. But Sauvage, I understand the reasoning behind it, but Sauvage Elixir should not have been that line. Let's see. Would you recommend Dior Homme 2020, Gucci Guilty Parfum, or Ralphs Club Parfum? Ralphs Club Parfum. Ralphs Club Parfum. While I did trash on the performance is getting better for me as I'm wearing it more and more. I used to say that what it is, it's pretty much a sleeker, more formal, more refined version and smoother of the original, mixed with a dry down that's very similar to YSL Parfum. The first 2 hours give you a little bit over moderate projection, and then it kind of dissipates. And to me, where I thought it was a skin scent, now it's a little bit over a skin scent to more of a personal bubble, which I actually don't mind. And I really do recommend the fragrance, and it's getting better and better as it's sitting. So I think it just needed to maybe macerate or mature just a bit. And it seems like it's doing just that. So I would definitely recommend Ralphs Club Parfum. It's a really good release. Probably my second favorite release of the year. Loam Idiol, or Loam, not Loam Idiol, YSL Loam Eau de Parfum. Just to give you an update, I don't have the decant yet that I'm supposed to be getting. Once I do, I will let you know. As far as the fragrance, I tried it out again today on the tester and on your ARB. It's pretty much the original. If you added in like some orange, little bit of orange citrus in the opening and a little bit of this booze and made it a little bit warmer and spicier, it's okay. It's nothing great. It just reminds me of another Loam or Lannoy de Loam release. It's a simple fix to their line that they don't even need to be doing. But it's okay. That's why I'm not picking up. And I do have to say, Burberry Hero Eau de Parfum is really growing on me. I wore it yesterday on my hand while I was at the mall, and I can say Burberry Hero Eau de Parfum is getting better and better to the point where I think I actually might buy a full bottle of it. Would you recommend? I was actually the first Luna Rosa I purchased, then Carbon, then Ocean. I just purchased Ocean like a month ago after not liking it for a long time. Mugler, Pure Wood, and Wonderwood are both. I don't really like woody scents. I was saying that in my mature video yesterday. For those of you who watched that mature video, I want to just push this out there to you guys that those aren't my favorite mature fragrances. Those were the mature fragrances I was recommending to this specific person who was asking me for mature fragrances that somebody between the ages of 25 and 40 could wear on an everyday basis. And so while I could pick Tobacco Vanille, or I could pick a lot of other fragrances that are obviously the woody scents, the tobacco scents, the leather scents, those aren't really my cup of tea in general, but if I had to pick actually mature fragrances, which I will do a fully mature video at some point, it won't include any of the ones that I mentioned. So some people were asking me about that, and I was like, well, obviously I wouldn't say that Loam is the most mature fragrance out there. It's I was doing it based on what that person wanted. That's why sometimes I don't like doing list videos. But anyway, do you think Luna Rosa Black? I don't like it either. I have a super juicy, fruity pineapple fresh DX. It's similar to Armoff. What's that, Mo? Mo, what are we talking about? I heard Versace Noir is like oud wood. I never tried Versace Noir, so I don't know if it smells like oud wood, but I hated oud wood the first time I smelled it. Second time I smelled it, I actually really liked it. Tom Ford fragrances I'm scared of because I most of the time don't like them. And the ones that I end up liking, they're like $400. And so that's why I'm waiting until the Noir Extreme Parfum comes in so that I can actually try it out before. I've tried probably 30 different places with my wife so far over the last week and a half trying to find that fragrance, and it is nowhere in Pittsburgh. And the original Noir Extreme, again, I like it, don't love it. It's okay, it's situational. Woody designer fragrance for men. I don't really have many woody designer fragrances. Again, not a big fan. I like sweet woody fragrances. So I know a lot of people out there like the wood nerolies and stuff like that, but as far as like straight woody fragrances, I would have to say, like for me, it's something that has like amberwood and toffee, like most wanted, but it's not really a woody fragrance. I don't think I even own woody fragrance. Yeah, now that I think about it, I don't even think I own a fully woody fragrance. That's actually kind of funny. I mean, I have one that's called Aqua Wood that I just got from Camsat, and it doesn't even have wood in it. I don't know. Yeah, I don't think I actually own a woody fragrance because it's just not my style of fragrance. So sorry, I can't really, because if you think about designer fragrances, what designer fragrances out there are actually woody? Like, all I can think about when it first comes to my head is Bulgari Wood Neroli, which I dislike so much because it just smelled like wood. Or Terre Essence. I don't like that either. Those are both from Bulgari. Outside of that, I can't really think of a designer, like a mass produced designer woody fragrance because I just, as you guys know, I'm new to niche. So I don't really have that much of a wood. I can't think of any single fragrance that I go into a Macy's, Sephora, or Ulta that is a woody fragrance. I can't think of even one. Yeah, I'm trying to think of right now. There's none that I can think of. Did you just ask if I was on a live?
I said you're on a long live.
Yeah. Let's see. Doubt it's even perfumers themselves, all the companies. With that being said, I totally agree with you. Yeah, I love Elixir as well. I am one of the few who thinks that Versace fragrances are overhyped or overrated. Versace, I like Pour Homme. I like Dylan Blue. So no, I don't think they're overhyped or overrated. I think that they get the job done for what they need to. Prada fragrances, on the other hand, to me, I think I've never really been the hugest fan of Prada fragrances. Prada Loam Intense. I have Prada Loam Intense. I really like it. Mo, have you tried Angel Share? Angel Share is so good. If you guys have not tried Angel Share, it's like almost like a warm apple boozy cider. It is so good. And the bottle is really nice, but you get 50 milliliters for $210, so that's quite expensive. Ralphs Club, I would Lacoste Blanco Fresh still your top release? No, Alex, it was my top release of the year. Not my top. It was my top Freshie release of the year. With that said, is it still my top Freshie release of the year? I don't know. I would think Ralphs Club Parfum, but Ralphs Club Parfum isn't really necessarily a Freshie. It's more of like a versatile signature fragrance. So if you're just talking about a fresh fragrance, yes, it's still my favorite. But Most Wanted Parfum was always my favorite release of the year. Let's see. Yeah, my Latafa Assad fragrance, Aaron, will be out very soon. Ralphs Club Parfum yesterday for what? Oh, I was like, where the heck did you get that? Um, I would like a Dior Homme EDP. The top and mid notes are, I guess, yeah, maybe. I don't think I would want another Dior Homme. I think that's just too much. I think they don't need to do another Dior Homme, especially because they just released a Dior Homme Sport. And Dior Homme 2020 was 2 years ago. Um, we haven't got a new Versace fragrance this year, though. Somebody said that the other day. Cam's at the Latafa, and oh, you're talking to each other. EDT Hero did the same thing to me. It didn't like it. Now I'm spraying it. See, I still don't like the EDT Hero that much. I think it's okay for a random pull. Oh, well, I guess there you go. If you want me to recommend a designer woody fragrance, I guess Hero EDT. That's a woody fragrance. It's a woody, spicy fragrance. So that's the only one now that I can think of. So maybe there is other ones out there that I have, because I do have Burberry Hero Eau de Toilette, and that's a woody fragrance. Um, Bentley Absolute is just like pencil shavings. Somebody wanted to send that to me, and they keep telling me they're going to send me the bottle, and then I saw it for a really good price, and then the same day that person said, I'm going to send it to you, and then they never ended up sending it to me, and then they told me again they were going to send it, and then they never did. So I think I might just end up buying it and just reviewing it. If it smells like pencil shavings, then hey, maybe I'll wear it to school. Go back in time about 25 years. Um, I like woody bases. Like amber woods in the base is nice. Cedar in the base is nice. Um, Auger wood, Gaiac wood. I like those. Even like the ambroxan woody feel. I like those. Yeah, I love those. But again, I just don't like woody fragrance. Terray Essence, Wood Neroli, even Burberry Hero Eau de Toilette. None of them really just do it for me. It's just they're woody, a little bit spicy, and just wood neroli smells like a log, like a wet log. Bulgari Man in Black versus R and F. You mean V and R? Viktor and Rolf Spice Bomb. With that said, Spice Bomb line I like better than the Bulgari Man line. Bulgari Man in Black is a good fragrance though. But Spice Bomb, I wouldn't recommend the original Spice Bomb at all. It's either you go with Extreme or Infrared or even Night Vision, Eau de Parfum. They're all kind of different. But if you're looking at the original Spice Bomb, the closest would be the Extreme to that. And I would say that you should either go with the Extreme or with Infrared. Or if you want something that's more of like a ambery fougere, then go with Night Vision Eau de Parfum. What do I know about the new Coach fragrance? I couldn't. RXL 209 or Red Pill fragrance. It's a long name. Go to ifragranceofficial.com. That's where all of the new release information is. What do I know about it? Here, let me tell you. Sorry, guys, I'm going to be looking down for a second. iFragrance Official. I know that it's already released in the Europe. You just,
Sorry.
um,
No, I meant
you're still doing it.
to. No, I'm not. There's nothing there.
Let's see. So iFragrance Official tells you here this is Coach Open Road, and let's see. Being released by parent company Interparfums. It was released in 2022 this month. Sorry, that was my wife, and she's a little bit nuts tonight because her and my daughter got in a fight. So she's kind of being mean to everybody. It says that the top notes are lemon and apple. Mid notes are clary sage, lavender, and Sichuan pepper. And base notes are cedarwood and patchouli. And that it's being advertised as a woody aromatic fragrance. With that said, they have always advertised Coach fragrances wrong. And it says the opening is lemon and apple. So I don't see that as being a woody aromatic fragrance, at least until you get to the base with the cedarwood and the vetiver and the patchouli maybe. But it sounds interesting. If you go on eBay right now, there's one guy selling 3 decants of Coach Open Road, but he knows nothing about what fragrances he actually has and what size they are. So he's selling them blindly without even knowing what size they are. I said, can you tell me if they're as long as your finger or if they're like the size of like a sample? And he said, no, I can't tell you that. I'm like, okay, then I won't buy it from you. But anyway, I need to get the chat back up here. Prada Black is decent, but L'Homme Le Parfum is better than Prada Black. They are both very similar, though, those ambery oriental spicy fragrances, though. But I do like L'Homme Le Parfum a bit better. Let's see. Gucci Guilty Absolute. Just somebody just deleted their comment because it skipped like all the way back up. Gucci Guilty Absolute is pencil shade. You already said that. How many bottles of Spicebomb Infrared? I have 3 now. So whenever I first had my Spicebomb Infrared bottle in one of my first shorts ever, I threw it up like a grenade and it broke off the bedpost when it bounced off the carpet. And so I put that into my own Spicebomb bottle. So I have that. Then I have the one that I purchased last week. And then I have the one that one of my subscribers gave me. And I have 2 10 milliliter decants of it. So technically I have about 300 milliliters of Spicebomb Infrared. So I'll be good for quite a while. As far as Cam's at, let's see. Have you seen the prices on Hawaii? Hawass was $43 2 days ago on Joma Shop. I don't know if it still is, but it was $43 2 days ago. I saw it when I was scrolling through. I actually almost bought a bottle for my friend, but it was definitely $43 on Joma Shop. Let's see. What do you personally prefer? Think makes some of the Spicebomb flankers superior to the original Spice? Well, let's see. The second Spicebomb Extreme, added that spicy vanilla in the dry down. Even though the original Spicebomb kind of has that, it just makes it more intense, extreme. Spicebomb Infrared is a completely different change on the entire line, where it adds in that huge wallop of cinnamon in the opening. You get those red fruits, you get that tobacco, you get it all mixed in, and then you get that nice creamy vanilla in the dry down. So while the dry down is a little bit closer to the original, the Spicebomb Infrared completely takes it in a different direction. And then Spicebomb Night Vision is an ambery fougere that does absolutely nothing compared to the original. So Night Vision Eau de Parfum and Infrared are completely different than the original Spicebomb. I think that the original Spicebomb is still good, but would I pick it over the other ones that have that same type of spice in it, just do different things in the fragrance? No, I would never do that. I think Infrared is much better. I think that Extreme, even though I'm not a huge fan of it, is much better than the original. And I think that as far as the type of fragrance that Night Vision Eau de Parfum is, even though it's not even close to being the same as the original, I still find it to be better than the original. So I just would not recommend buying. That's why the original Spicebomb you can find for like $40 pretty much anywhere, 40, 50 bucks, because it's just not something that people buy that much anymore unless you're just a normal fragrance person. Well, thanks, DX. Appreciate it, bud. A lot of people who are my subs say that they feel like me and them have very similar likes and dislikes when it comes to designer fragrances. Niche fragrances, like whenever me and Kamzat had really similar styles, and then when he started sending me some niche fragrances, our styles kind of were 50-50, but that's what happens with niche. Niche, it's either like you like it or you hate it, or you're somewhere in the middle, but for the most part, you're either liking it or hating it. And with designers, a lot of people that are my subscribers seem to have the same type of like fun, more middle-aged to youthful type fragrances. They like the sweet ones, the darker ones, the ones that are going to get you noticed, those type of fragrances, not the kind of like boring ones. I mean, obviously you have your simple fragrances that you wear for the office or whatever, but for the most part, it seems like a lot of you guys have the same kind of taste as I do. Let's see. The other get pretty stale to watch, but I prefer yours. Initially, I was like, oh, here's another fragrance channel. Yeah, I honestly find myself being bored by myself from time to time. That's why I did that 25 and 5 video. If you guys ever want me to do something to just stop the normal reviews, I will. I'm trying to throw little things in here like the 30-second reviews with Dude. That was a new one that I just came up with the other day. I do like lists. I do some niche. I do this and that. So I appreciate it. I try to maintain a bit of versatility in my videos, but sometimes I bore myself. So I understand it with you guys. Let's see. Let's do that giveaway here in a second. So today's giveaway is going to be a double decant of your choice between some of the new releases, the Ralphs Club Parfum. You could even get some of the Lattafa Assad. You can get some of the Loam Idiol Cologne, the Rochas Aromatic Touch. And then I'll give you a couple other options as well. But for the most part, let's just try to stick to the winner getting the Ralphs Club Parfum. If you already have Ralphs Club Parfum, I'll obviously let you choose something different. And even like if you guys want some Boss Bottled Intense, I'll give you a small decant of that instead. But for the most part, we'll stick to the new releases. The Ralphs Club Parfum, the Rochas Loam Aromatic Touch, Lattafa Assad, and Loam Idiol Cologne, which I know is not a new release. But we'll stick to those ones. I also have Chanel Allure Homme Sport Eau Extreme. If you win, you could also choose that. Don't ask me for a list because I have way too many to send a list. Last time it took me an hour to send somebody a list, so I'd rather not do that. But with that said, let me go get a pen because I actually forgot my pen this time. So you guys sit there and talk to each other. I'll be back in a second. All right. I walk inside and my wife's like, "Are you still on there?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And she's like, "Jesus." I said, "I got on at like 7:05. It's been like an hour and 20 minutes." I was like, "It's not my fault you have something up your butt today." All right. So let me pick up answer the last of the questions and then we'll get to the giveaway. I really don't like oud wood. I don't like ombre leather. I don't like any leather fragrances. Oud wood is actually decent. I wouldn't buy it though for the price. Why not copy paste the list and edit some of the names? What are you talking about? Oh, because Ravi, there's a lot of fragrances I have that are discontinued, that are niche, that are half empty, that I love. Some of my favorite fragrance I don't want to give away. And so I don't feel like remaking a list every time and taking out some of the different names. I do have a spreadsheet, but a lot of those are super organized to the point where I don't really feel like changing that up. And most of my giveaways are going to be selective anyway. They're not about like, hey, pick a random fragrance from my entire collection of 200 bottles. They're more like, hey, pick from these new ones that I got that you guys might want to try. That's what my giveaways are about. I don't feel like sending lists all the time. Every once in a while I do a video where you guys get to choose from my collection, but that's been pretty hard so far. Yeah, suspicious wife, seriously. I don't think it's even suspicious. I think she just got something up her butt because she has to go back to work tomorrow. And I don't. She always gets angry at that. Because I work from home, she comes home from work and she's just like, well, you sat on your butt all day. I was like, you mean working as a pharmacist for my hospital for 10 hours a day? I was like, so Yeah, well, you can call it sitting at home. Just because I have Game of Thrones on in the background doesn't mean that I'm sitting at home on my butt. I mean, take my daughter out. We go out every weekend. Just got home from the Science Center today. Went to a Trader Jack's, which is like a place near me that you can buy a bunch of stuff you can even buy fragrances and stuff, which is pretty cool. It's like a giant yard sale. But anyway, let me finish up your comments. No more comments for a second. Mason Alhambra. Sun Devil, somebody else is going to have to answer that question because I've never even heard of that. I've heard of Mason Margiela. Sounds like a personal problem, crew. I almost sprayed my monitor. All right. Yeah, sometimes I think that's why I hang out with you guys. Some of you guys I feel like are better friends to me, or I talk to you guys more than her because sometimes it's just like she comes home from work and it's just I just want to come out here and do a live and talk about fragrances. And she's like, "Are you going to do your fragrance videos? That's all you ever do." And then like 20 minutes later, "Can I smell that new one that you got?" And I'm like, "But I thought that it was annoying." She's like, "Well, I love you." And I'm like, "No, you just want to make up for what you said 25 minutes ago. You know what? Fuck off." No, I'm actually not mean like that. I'll pick up my dog and take her for a walk if I want to do that. But anyway, 26 people. We had 37 at one point in time, so very successful live. I've been in a couple other lives over the past few weeks that have more subscribers than me. So with that said, they usually have like 10 to 12 people in their chat, 8 people, and when I come into these lives and I see that I have on average 25 to 35 people, I really appreciate you guys. I don't feel like I feel like I'd be bored by myself because I'm sitting here just talking with you guys, like having conversation. And so I appreciate that you guys enjoy my content, my lives, and whether or not you're waiting for a giveaway, I don't give a shit because I like the number. So let's get it going. So no more comments. We're going to be doing the giveaway here. Again, it's going to be of a decant. If you really want to choose a fragrance from my list of fragrances, feel free to do that. Just don't ask me for a list. Go through my videos, and if you see something that you like, ask me if I have it, and then I'd be happy to send it to you. Just not a niche or a discontinued fragrance. All right, but we're trying to stay at Rochas, Loam, Aromatic Touch, Latafa Assad, Loam Idiol Cologne, and the new Ralphs Club Parfum. And if you want to wait a week, this is going to be for you guys. If you want to wait a week or so, if you are the winner, you can choose Stronger With You Oud, because I will have that in the next week or two. If you want to wait to get it, then you can wait, and one of your 2 decants can be Stronger With You Oud. My email is in my description, so just email me afterwards. So right now, I want you guys to type in the chat. If you want to be entered into the giveaway, just type one time, "I'm in." And then I'll write your name down and I'll announce you. If you don't hear your name, let me know. Go ahead and, there it is. Sun Devil. My daughter's phone turns black so quickly. Camzat, Brian Clark, Tarek, Cam, Brian, Tariq or Tarek, Ravi, Sun Devil. Oh, Sun Devil, you are. Oh, wait, you didn't do that. Never mind. Did I write you down? Yeah, you were the first one I wrote down anyway. Ravi, Chris, Mo. Ravi, Chris, Mo. Cruid, Unconquer. Brian, Daniel, Crimson. Camzat, I already wrote you down. Brian Daniel Crimson. Dan Crimson. And is there any more? Yep, a lot more. Goodness gracious. Lazarus, Luke, Whoopty, Aaron, Anti. That's Hyena. I just wrote you as Anti. Eddie, Nitro. Wait, what? Chris, you are. It's just I'm in. It's fine. So Eddie, Nitro, Natty, and Ravi. All right. Let me rip this up and we'll pick the winner. If you guys are new to my channel, make sure that you like my videos, that you comment, that you subscribe. And I do these giveaways every Sunday. They're different every Sunday. I never actually know what they are going into it. I kind of just came up with the giveaway as we were talking. So come back and join me next week, and that'll be fun. I dropped like 30 of you guys on the floor. All right. Let's pick it at. The winner is Unconquer. I think that's how you say it. If you are Unconquer, you email me. It's in the description. You have to send me your address and let me know what 2 decants that you want. You are the winner. Congratulations. Just make sure that you post below, comment, and let me know that you're still here, that you know that you won. If not, I'll redo the giveaway. Okay. Yeah, congratulations, Unconquer. I really appreciate it. Make sure that you are subscribed to the channel. Make sure that you like any videos. I do check before every winning that you are subscribed. Outside of that, let's just see what else we got going on. Again, today, I let you guys know Boss Bottled Intense is still really good. It's just a little bit darker version of the original Eau de Parfum. We got All Saints Leather Skies. I wouldn't really recommend picking up, although it does smell okay. It's nothing special. It has a little bit of leather in there, but a little bit of sweetness as well. Not something I would ever recommend. Metal Wave is like a powdery vanilla, like paperback book. Smells actually kind of nice. If you're staying inside, you want something that's subtle, but at the same time has a really nice vanilla note in there, I would definitely try Metal Wave. Latafa Assad, look out for the video for that and for this week. Latafa Assad for the clone. I gotta say, it's really good. Aromatic Touch is the perfect name for that. It's an aromatic touch on the original DNA, not as good as the original. I would never recommend picking up Individual. I just don't think it's good. I think it's dated. Loam Idiol Cologne, if you can find it for a good price, is a fantastic citrus almond, powdery, slightly creamy as well fragrance that is for the daytime of the spring and summer, and is one of my favorite from the Loam Idiol line, which is one of my favorite lines out there. So yeah, outside of that, I have Stronger With You Oud coming in that I'm really excited to. I don't have Stronger With You Leather, but I do have the other ones from the line. I don't have Only or Freeze because I didn't hear anything good about them, and I wasn't a reviewer when they came out. If you guys ever want me to try Only and Freeze, I'd be happy to pick them up, but nobody's ever even mentioned it to me. So anyway, I have the original, I have Intensely, I have Absolutely, and now I'm going to have Oud, and if I like Oud, I think I'll pick up Leather as well. I might have somebody send me a thing of Leather to see if I like it first, but we'll see if he is cool with sending it to me. And then I'll review that along with Stronger With You Oud when it does arrive. With that said, you should, Stronger With You Freeze Has anybody actually tried Stronger With You Freeze or Stronger With You Only? Because right now, my favorite in the line is Stronger With You Absolutely. It's kind of like taking the original DNA and then adding a little bit of this like boozy accord and then taking the intensely and dialing it and smoothing it out, because to me intensely is a little bit too in your face. So I've heard really good things about all of them, and I picked them up and they were really good. And then I heard bad things about Freeze, and I heard bad things about Only. So, and nobody asked me to pick it up, so it's really nice. Well, then maybe I'll pick it up and review that for you guys as well. And then whenever the fall comes, I will review them all together. But thank you guys very much. Thank you again to Camzat and to T-Frag for sending me all of the different fragrances that I've gotten. I do have to get off the stream again. I did do an extra hour than I normally do. So again, look forward to my videos. Again, tomorrow is my recording day, so I will not be recording. I will not be putting a video out tomorrow. It's only Tuesdays through Saturdays, and then I'll have shorts on Sundays and Mondays. But thank you guys very much. I really appreciate it. We'll have another stream next Sunday, again around 7:30. So have a good night to everybody. I really appreciate you guys joining me, and hope you guys have a great smelling night. Peace out.